we are going to be talking about 5 easy ways to boost your kids' brain power. So whether they need help focusing in school or improving their memory, that's what we're going to dive into today. And 5 winners will be walking away with a 180 count bottle of Kid Smart omega-3 fish oil supplements. So be sure to stick around and comment, like, and share this video. Like I said, welcome. My name is Maureen, and this is Chrissy, and she's going to tell you a little bit about Mom's Meat.
So for those of you who don't know who we are with Mom's Meat, and it's an online community for moms, dads, grandparents come together to raise healthier families. So it's free to join. You just go to momsmeat.com to sign up and try Better For You brands and products. And today's Facebook Live is brought to you by Kid Smart, the makers of the omega-3 fish oil chewable bursts. So that's these right here. We're so excited to tell you about them. And, you know, we always love winners and giving away goodies on our Facebook Live. So today there will be 5 winners. And as Maureen mentioned, they will win a bottle of these Kid Smart gummies to try. Again, we'll get into what they are, how great they are for your kids shortly. So comment on, like, and share this video for your chance to win, and we'll announce the winners tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's dive into our topic.
I'm excited.
So, 5 ways to boost brain power. So our kids are back in school, and you know they're in the swing, and they're probably overloaded with new lessons that they're learning. And how do we help them retain all of the information and really get the most out of their school year? So, there are 5 easy ways. Chrissy actually has a son in school right now. So how do you handle this at home?
So it's interesting. He's in 1st grade now. So I've been finding that it's crazy that I feel like their workload is just, I don't remember 1st grade being like difficult, but now that he like knows how to read fully, and it's just crazy like how much they cover in a day. Yeah. So I've recognized that even in the beginning of the school year, he'll come home, and if he has homework, like he just came from learning all day at school. So I try to really avoid that. You know, him being kind of tired and not being able to focus. I let them play for like 30 minutes even. I know that sometimes like we're really busy and the schedule's tight and we're like, we need to get the homework done, but I try to let him have some playtime to really like free his mind and not have to think and focus on things. And I have found that when he goes to sit back down at the table to do the homework, he is more focused. So it's definitely helpful. I mean, think about how we are after a full day of work. Right?
I always need a brain break. Like if I'm really concentrated on something, you have to give yourself a chance to like settle down and then actually allow your brain to remember what you just learned. Right. So super important. I think that's great. I'm sure a lot of other parents do that too. So let us know, what do you do to help your kids after school kind of reset, and how do you approach homework and things like that? All right, so number 1 to boost brain power, this is super important, is to eat smart.
Okay. So you would think that everybody would know eating smart leads to, a stronger brain, but sometimes you just don't really think about it, right? So to quote Dr. William Sears, who actually was our keynote speaker at the WOW Summit last year, the brain, I love this quote, the brain above all else is most affected by nutrition. If you put junk food in the brain, you'll get back junk behavior. So when you think about it, it's so simplistic that like you think about it in that way, you're like, oh yeah, that does make sense. If you're going to give them junk food, then they're not going to have great behavior. And it's really important to eat quality food. So we have a spread here, just an example of what would be great to give your kids. And we're going to talk about some brain boosting foods. We want to know from you, do you have any recommendations on brain boosting foods? Make sure you comment, let us know. Right here we have some granola with some dried fruit, macadamia nuts, blueberries. So blueberries are really good to improve your brain's processing. And then leafy greens too. It's really great. And then the nuts. So there's macadamia nuts in this mix, but that's a really good source of B vitamin and omega-3. So do you have any like go-to foods?
So for myself, I feel best when I eat a high variety of whole foods, veggies, lean protein. If I steer clear of the processed foods, I can really feel energized and like I'm, moving at the right pace. And it's the best when I feel that way during the work week, so I can actually get my work done. Something else that I really believe in is planning out your meals. Making sure that you write that grocery list on Sunday. What are the healthy meals you're going to feed your family throughout the week? Planning, meal prepping, the whole thing. So a quote that I live by myself is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that really applies to food. If I'm busy over the weekend, I didn't get to the grocery store, the rest of my week
oh my gosh,
is shot.
That's me this week. I was traveling last weekend. So I'm like, what do I do for dinner? And it's just like, it's craziness. So,
it's so true. So plan those healthy meals. If you have the healthy food on hand for your family, it's so much easier to get in the good routine.
Yeah. So again, we want to know, do you know of any brain boosting foods? Again, comment and let us know. So we're going to go into the second way to boost brain power. And so Maureen's going to take that one away.
So meditation.
Yes.
How many of you at home meditate, and do your kids meditate?
I plan to meditate. Yeah. I don't quite get there, but I love the concept.
I do too, and I was really good at it for years, and I've fallen off since having a baby. So it's hard for you to book to schedule in that meantime and get it done, because meditation can help you calm the mind, improve your focus, and enhance memory. So it's a great skill to teach your kids and to teach them about quiet time and centering and becoming present. So one of the cool things that we think that you could do is just finding like a good space in your home and having that be like your meditation corner, or have like a comfy blanket or pillows set up, and just let your kids go there, have some quiet time to recenter and kind of, reboot themselves. That's a great thing. And do it with them.
Yeah, that's a big one.
All of these things
I know. It's so easy for us as parents to say, you go do that, and then we'll just hang back and
they watch us so much,
they
and
do.
what you do is what they'll do.
It's crazy. It's a little scary.
All right, number 3.
All right, so we all know this, but we always forget. Emphasize healthy sleep habits. Again, lead by example. So I know, and I've seen so many memes out there about like moms staying up really late because that's the only time that they get to themselves, but emphasizing healthy sleep habits within your children too. So according to Dr. Susan Smith-Jones, who's also the author of Be Healthy, Stay Balanced, there's nothing more restorative for our bodies than getting ample sleep. And actually last week we had on Carolyn Harvey, and she's a sleep expert.
The best.
I have been quoting her all week.
Me too.
She gave so many amazing takeaways, and some of the things that I came away with, the bedtime was really big. So we have out here a clock because that's a big part of it. So instead of setting a bedtime, really try to focus on, starting the routine about 45 minutes before that bedtime, right? So that means 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, no screen time. And everyone always says, but how? So you can do a board game, you can read a book, you can just have some quiet time, throw in the meditation there.
Have it in your bath time.
Because
you'd be
the
surprised
screen.
how quick that 45 minutes
Oh
goes.
it does. I mean, it takes me 45 minutes to get them up the stairs. That's my quiet time. Also the bedtime. So obviously we're saying not setting a bedtime, but knowing when they should start to be falling asleep. So up to age 4, it's at least 7:30, which is crazy. I mean, I know some kids that don't go to bed till like 10 o'clock at night, and I get it. Like, I understand. You get home from work, it's crazy. You're trying to get dinner fed and sports and bath time. So really being aware of that bedtime is very important. So how do you guys prepare your kids for bed? We want some tips because I would love to know.
Yeah,
it's always a struggle.
I struggle with the early bedtime.
It is. It's really tough.
Yeah, because I come home from work so late, and then I want to spend time with my son.
Yeah.
But it's bedtime.
Right.
And it's every single night.
I remember that
we should have gotten
really little. I know.
Bed 20 minutes earlier, but
I know.
And that is why, Carolyn Harvey, this is a huge thing. If you are struggling with early wakes, it's probably because you're putting your kids to bed too late, and that was eye-opening.
Yeah.
Me, so,
and she also said like a crazy percentage of the amount that your body is growing and that your brain is like rebooting and growing is while you're sleeping. So if you're not getting that 10 to 11 hours of sleep every night, that's not happening. So you really need to.
And if they're tired at school because they didn't get a good night's sleep, how are they going to learn and retain the information? So sleep.
Yes.
Sleep.
Yes.
Super important. Okay.
All right, so what's number 4?
All right, make play a priority. We love this.
We do.
This is great. Kids are supposed to be playing. I was reading this great quote earlier. I forget who it was from, but their job as a kid is to play.
Yeah, we always forget that.
Is, it's how they learn. It's how they, they get creative. They become curious by going out and playing. So making sure that you're doing that. And, as a family, it's a great thing to do. Get outside, do go on adventures on the weekend. And
like unstructured too, right?
Unstructured.
Because you could look at it and say, well, my kids do sports, but that's still not unstructured free play, right? Letting them use their imaginations and their brains.
Exactly. When you're too scheduled, even myself, I'm like, oh, I just need some time to just relax. Do what I want to do. Yeah. So we have this great book right here, the Super Kids Activity Guide, that can help you. If you need some ideas, there's books like this out there. You can go to Kiwi Mag Online because we have a ton of ideas there and a ton of crafts and things like that. Sports, we love getting outside just with the neighborhood kids or with your family. Get out there and play something. On the flies, because exercise is very crucial for the mind and body. And then we have some 3 ways to ditch the screens. And
that's a big one.
That's a huge one.
I know. I had to read up on that.
I mean, we're real. Screens are.
I was just telling you, it's helpful when I'm cooking dinner. If I'm, don't want to be tripping over kids in the kitchen, it's really helpful. But there's definitely a time and place for it. Yeah.
As long as you're aware of what you're doing and making sure that that's not the only thing that your kids are doing. So staying active, running around outdoors is really important for your kids. And then you can do like brain buster things with them, reading, crossword puzzles, little activities that they can learn through. But that doesn't actually feel like learning is great too.
Right, yeah.
And then letting your kids be creative, letting them doodle, letting them draw, letting them color, things like that. That's what I always did as a kid, and that was how I kind of went into a creative field. And so it is a great escape. You kind of just train your brain into a different mode, and it's wonderful. Yeah. So trying all those. All right, so last one.
Last but not least, so supplements. So I know, there's tons of kids' vitamins out there, but while they should not take the place of the other healthy living that we recommend, there's definitely compelling research that shows how beneficial it is to your kids' diets. One of the biggest boosters is omega-3. So we know as adults, I know I take fish oil, but I'm always like, how can I get my kids to take this? I know it's really good, but I can't get them to take this, right? Yeah. So one of the products that we love is the Kid Smart fish oil. And we love it because the packaging, first of all, is adorable. So it comes in this little bottle here, and they're little fish. I don't know if you can see, but they are so cute.
Your kids are going to love them.
And the entire thing is edible, right? So they're burslets. So all you do is your kid can put them in their mouth and bite down, and the fish oil comes out, and it tastes like dairy. You had one earlier. It doesn't taste like fish oil, right? I'm always like, how can I get my kid to take fish oil? I take.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Right. Yeah. So there's no fishy taste. And each burstlet contains 500 milligrams of purified fish oil. So that's 10 times more fish oil than in any other kid supplement.
Yeah, and one interesting thing on the packaging, it's 1 burstlet is equal to about 8 gummies.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which is great.
And so there's 2 different ways you can take this. So you can either have your child, chew on it and swallow it. Again, the whole thing is edible. Or if you don't want to do that, you can cut the tail off, and then the supplement will come off inside. So it's just, it tastes great. Your kids will probably think they're eating candy. It's really, really good for you. And it helps promote that brain development that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So if you would like to order that, it is available on Amazon. So very easy to order. And remember to keep sharing, liking, commenting for your chance to win. Again, we'll announce the winners tomorrow. So tell us in the comments. We want to know which tip you're going to use this week. And we encourage you to do so.
Hopefully all of them.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.